So we are grateful today that he is able to see the reward of his labor. Be with us now in this time. And as we celebrate him, may it also be a reflection of you. We ask all of this in whom each of us individually serve. And for me personally, that is Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. At this time, I'll introduce the Honorable Mayor Philip Jones of Newport News.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is my honor and privilege to welcome you all to this historic occasion as we gather to honor the extraordinary legacy of Dr. Mayor McKinley L. Price. Before we continue, I would like to share that Senator Mark Warner sends his warmest regards and appreciation for Mayor Price's remarkable contributions to the Commonwealth and the city. He had hoped to be with us here today, but unfortunately, there's something happening in D.C., so he had to get called back. I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank everyone who is present here today. Your continued support of Mayor Price and the leadership that you've shown, whether it's collaboration, initiatives, or seeking his guidance, has been instrumental in advancing our great city. Mayor Price, we are joined today by many members of our community whose lives that you have personally impacted. Their presence here speaks volumes. It is a living testament to the meaningful work you have accomplished and the lasting influence you continue to have on the residents of Newport News. Your leadership has shaped every corner of our city, not only shaping policy, but truly touching lives. The legacy you have built will continue to guide our future, and that impact is reflected in the presence of every person here today. Mayor Price, you served our community with distinction for over a decade as mayor, and for many years before that as a tireless advocate for progress, equity, and unity. We are not simply naming a street here today. We are honoring a life of service, leadership, and unwavering dedication to the city of Newport News. Sir, you have broken barriers, you have built bridges, and you have brought people together. Whether chairing the Newport News School Board or representing our city on national platforms, you have always led with integrity and compassion. And briefly, I want to tell you my favorite Mayor Price story. Before I became mayor, I was on the Planning Commission, and I think all of you know I don't like to lose a vote. And so the one vote that I remember did not go my way on the Planning Commission was someone wanted to, I think, put a Burger King in downtown. And, you know, I bring out the policy papers. We don't need any more fast food. We need, small business development. We need a salad bar, et cetera. So I vote no. I give a whole speech about it. The vote did not go my way. I think it was 6-1. And afterwards, I see Mayor Price. I see Mayor Price in the back, and he does like a thing, and I'm like, oh, here we go. And he said, listen. He said, what I'm going to tell you. He said, it does not matter if you're the smartest person in the room. You don't need to show everyone that. He said, sometimes you need to lead with collaboration and compassion. And so, sir, that 6-1 vote hurt, but I appreciate those words. So Mayor Price, Huck, on behalf of the City of Newport News, we thank you, sir. We celebrate you. Congratulations. And at this time, I'd like to welcome Susan Peeland to the podium.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I met McKinley in 1993 when I joined People to People, or my PIN, a local organization committed to improving race relations in Newport News. The founders and co-chairs were McKinley and Bert Kelly, a local attorney. People to People was an amazing organization where board members came together once each month and openly shared their experiences. There was no pretense and no judgment, just learning about each other's lives. As an organization, we planned quarterly events in Newport News High School cafeterias, serving a humble meal usually cooked by prisoners at the city farm. Yes, they did cater. Followed by an outstanding speaker and respectful small group discussions. This candid sharing of thoughts and perspectives served to develop understanding and build trust among the diverse participants of Newport News. You might call it civil discourse. What an old-fashioned idea. Through People to People, I got to know McKinley. Over these past 30-some years, we've remained friends, I think. We'll see. Although I never have felt comfortable calling him Huck. Today, I'm honored to share with you my thoughts on how important this commemorative street sign is for all of us in Newport News. Dr. McKinley L. Price Way. This street name is perfect as it recognizes the McKinley Way as truly one of a kind. You've heard the expression, my way or the highway. That is never McKinley's approach to relationships and decision-making. The McKinley Way brings diverse people together in an atmosphere of respect and calmness to intently listen to each other and to seek the best solution for a positive impact. His eye contact and his body language communicate acceptance, compassion, intellectual curiosity, appreciation, and hopefulness. There is also a twinkle in his eye that precedes a big smile and laughter as he certainly enjoys life. This may not sound like leadership to you, but when you examine McKinley's resume, you will find that he's led numerous organizations. The McKinley Way attracts people who seek unity around a commitment for the betterment of all. I believe that's why McKinley has been thrust into leadership positions so many times. The McKinley Way is in stark contrast to the pervasive negativity that currently exists in our society. He grew up in Newport News when our races were segregated, yet he holds no animosity about those experiences. Often, he's been the first African American to hold a particular leadership position, though he would never point that out. The McKinley Way assumes leadership as a way of fulfilling responsibility, not for gaining power. Although many would see the unpretentious, even-tempered, warm, accepting traits of the McKinley Way as signs of weakness, authenticity is the key to his strength. This honorary street sign is a testament to the meaningful impact the McKinley Way has had in Newport News. May we all seek to follow the McKinley Way of citizenship. And I present to you a next generation Price leader, the Honorable Marcia Price, Delegate, Virginia General Assembly.
Now, I was given 3 minutes, and everybody just say, yeah, right. But if you want to know more about my dad's story, I do encourage you to listen to the Truth Be Told episode that was done about Newport News, but about my dad specifically. But thank you so much, Susan, and good morning. Today is such an awesome occasion because it's fun to watch my dad squirm. He is very uncomfortable when all of the attention is on him, but we all know today is well-deserved, and without the city, this would have never happened. You're going to hear more about the role that Mayor McKinley Price has played and the impact the city has had. But today, my task is to discuss the family man. So not many people get to see the real McKinley. So I'm here to spill all of the family secrets. That's a joke. As one of our friends put it, we are the most private public family that you'll ever meet. But seriously, things that you may not know about my dad: he makes the absolute best pizza. He makes the most delicious turkey soup around the holidays. He loves watching tennis, golf, soccer, and watching his struggling Vikings go Birds. And he loves to play golf and tennis. Growing up, my brother and I knew my dad to be the perfect mix of loving and stern. He demanded our best, but helped us when we fell short. And Lenny and I used to argue over who was Dad's favorite, and we still could. Is it Lenny because he followed in his footsteps and went into dentistry and became an alpha man? Or is it me because I held down your campaign, your front office for little pay, and then I followed in your footsteps and became a public servant? Both of those options are wrong. His favorite is obviously Asa. As anyone knows that saw the State of the City addresses, it has been so heartwarming to see their bond, even if at times my dad has become unrecognizable as a grandfather. And know that if our smiles look a little crooked and forced, and our hearts still feel a little heavy, it's just because, as awesome as today is, it does feel incomplete without Dad's number one cheerleader. But we know Mom is still cheering you on, just in a different way. We are all just really lucky to know the love and care that Dad has given in all of his family roles as son, brother, husband, father, uncle, cousin, and Huckpa. One thing I realized is that Lenny and I started attending political and community events in the womb, because as soon as my parents moved back down to Newport News after Dad finished dental school, they jumped right into helping make Newport News an even better place. So between sorority and fraternity meetings, church meetings, Bobby's political events, PTA meetings, school board meetings, other board meetings, cookouts, fundraisers, performances, all of that, we have known since we were little. Like, to be clear, I have known Robert's Rules of Order since I was 10. But with these roles came living under the microscope. So of course, Lenny and I went to college in Georgia. But wherever life took us, we were raised knowing that scandal was not an option. We do the right thing even when no one is looking. We keep our word, we help others, we lead with love and grounded in divine purpose. And it hasn't been easy, to be clear. A life of service is a life of sacrifice, and no one really knows the personal sacrifices that public servants give until you're in that role. But when I grew up and became one myself, I really understood the impact that one can make when devoted to a cause. And my dad's cause has been and always will be investing in the city of Newport News. We counted back, and 5 generations of the Price family have lived in Newport News. So when we say it's home, it's home. So today, to see his home give him this honor is truly the best feeling in the world, to see that others know what we know, that McKinley Price has made an indelible mark on the city of Newport News, and that's something to be celebrated. And to make sure that not just the city knows, but that the entire Commonwealth knows of his impact, we passed a commending resolution that the House of Delegates has, telling your story, Dad, and now it is part of the journals of our shared history. And to show you that I would do anything for you, I even talked to Republicans, and we got all 100 members. We got all 100 members of the House of Delegates to sign on to show our appreciation. And the Senate one is coming. I don't know if all 41 signed, but thank you, Dad, for who you are, for what you do, for how you choose to show up in the world, and we love you. And now we will hear from the chair of the Democratic Senate Caucus, Senator McKinley L.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I'm honored to be a part of this seminal event unveiling the commemorative street sign to honor Mayor McKinley L. Price. As has been stated, he served as mayor from 2010 to 2022, 12 years. I'm not sure if any of you have taken the time to dwell on the significance of the number 12. 12 is central to many timekeeping systems, such as the 12 hours on the clock on a clock face, the 12 months of the year, and the 12 months of the zodiac. McKinley, I don't know if you knew that you and I share the same zodiac sign. We're both Pisces. Best sign. In the Bible, 12 often symbolizes perfection and authority, which he certainly symbolizes, appearing as the 12 tribes of Israel and the 12 apostles of Jesus. The ancient Greeks worshiped 12 major gods of Olympus. In the human body, there are 12 ribs. I could go on, but you get the gist. 12, a dozen years, is significant. In those 12 years, Mayor Price's leadership, vision, and commitment to the community left a lasting impact on this city, and is fitting to be memorialized through this gesture of street naming. In those 12 years, Dr. McKinley Price guided Newport News through growth, challenges, and transformation. His tenure was marked by a strong focus on public health, economic development, infrastructure improvements, and civic engagement. Dr. Price, my dentist, a lifelong resident and respected dentist, brought both professional expertise and personal dedication to his role, always prioritizing the well-being of Newport News residents. So why this commemoration? I will highlight 4 reasons. First, community impact. Mayor Price championed initiatives that improved education, public safety, and neighborhood revitalization. His efforts enhanced the quality of life for countless citizens. 2, leadership during crisis. Dr. Price guided Newport News through significant events, including the COVID-19 pandemic, demonstrating resilience and compassionate leadership. 3, the promotion of civic pride. Under his leadership, the city saw substantial progress in infrastructure, business development, and cultural enrichment. And 4, he will leave a legacy of service. The space right here at 29th and Orchid will serve as a permanent reminder of his contributions that will inspire future generations to engage in public service. Honoring Dr. McKinley Price with a street bearing his name is a meaningful way to recognize his enduring legacy in Newport News. This act of commemoration will not only celebrate his years of service, but also remind citizens of the lasting impact that one individual can have on a community. Again, I'm honored to be a part of this day. Senate Resolution 317 offers the same legacy remarks that the House resolution does, even though all 40 members did not sign. It was patroned by a fellow dentist who is a Republican from the far west. Far west. I was not going to Abingdon to get it. Senator Todd Pillion, who was a patron, but we will indeed get the Senate Resolution 317 to you. It is now my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, the Congressman representing the 3rd Congressional District, the Honorable Robert C. Bobby Scott.
Thank you, Mamie. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is a great day for Mayor McKinley Leonard Price, but a great day also for the city of Newport News. President Kennedy once said something like, "A nation reveals itself not only by those it produces, but also by those it honors and remembers." So Newport News says a lot about itself when it honors a public servant who brought our community together, leading organizations such as People to People, and served our city not only as mayor, but also as a member of council, member of the school board, and chair of the school board. And when Huck was mayor, he was the mayor of Newport News, really the mayor of Newport News, because he grew up right around the corner, and so he is truly a son of Newport News. In fact, this street is meaningful not just to the former mayor, but also to the entire Price Scott family. My father, Sewaldo Scott, who became his father-in-law, really served as his role model to go into the medical field. Daddy started his practice right there in the basement of Whitaker Hospital. People who are really old may remember that. Gotta be really old. But he started about the time when McKinley was born, and he had that office in that basement for about 15 or 20 years. My father attended Huntington High School right here. My mother taught at Huntington Middle School. When I was in elementary school, my family lived on 32nd Street, right a half block from Wickham Avenue. And I remember when we didn't need an alarm clock because Huntington High School band started practice before school, and they were loud enough to wake everybody up. And right around the corner from us on Marshall Avenue, Huck grew up and became best friends and Little League teammates with my brother John, and became lifelong friends with the whole family, culminating, of course, with his 50-year marriage with Valerie. So I want to congratulate McKinley on his great honor today, but also recognize that at a time when many leaders are unrestrained on their attacks on civil rights, and even the basic idea of diversity, the Newport News reveals a lot about itself when we honor and remember a dedicated public servant who used his time and talent to bring the community together. I think I'm supposed to introduce Mark. Someone suggested he was getting something done in Washington. The problem is they're not getting anything done in Washington. So I guess it's my honor to bring up the man of the hour, the Honorable Dr. McKinley L. Price.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. I want to thank the mayor and city council for this fabulous honor. You've met some of my family, but I want to reintroduce them. My sister, stand up. My brother-in-law, John. My son, Lenny. His wife, Amy. And the guy that you saw growing up through all those state of the city, Lenny, Asa. You know, mayors get the blame and they get the fame. And today I am honored to get this fabulous honor. But the people who actually do the work are here as well, and I want to honor them. With the two city managers that I serve with, would you please stand? saw him. Hey, there he is in the back. Are there any department heads? Any department heads here? And any other the city staff, would you also please stand? Now, these are the people who make things happen. These are the people, when the ideas occur, when we have a plan, they're the ones that have to buy into the project, believe in it, and make it happen. And I can truly say I was honored to be able to have this many people who believed in the things that we presented, the ideas that we had, and got it done. So I congratulate you today on the success that this city has done over the last few 20, 30, 40 years, and the success that is going to continue under this leadership. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Now, there's some other people I want to thank, and down the end of this block is Huntington High School that I attended. And I want to thank those teachers who believed in me, and I want to thank those teachers especially who said I would never amount to nothing. That's inspiration. That's fire, man. Unfortunately, most of them are no longer with us, because I would love to look them in the eye. Now, people say, well, why did you pick this site? Why did you want this site here? And I want to just give a little history of what this area means to me and why. Now, Bobby already mentioned that this is Whitaker Hospital, and he mentioned that his father, an office that I dreaded to go to, because you always knew that was going to be a shot. But he also did exploratory surgery on me when I was 8. Saved my life. This hospital is where I was born. So that's one good reason to choose this site. I lived on the corner since 1955. My family moved to 31st and Marshall on the corner. So I was 1 block away from the tennis courts that were right there. My mother had rheumatic fever. So when she finished high school, she was not supposed to marry or have children. Thank goodness she chose. And the proof of why sometimes things are just the way they are, she lived to be 103. Her sister 102. So unfortunately the men have been gone. There were 2 recreation centers on this block that I grew up on. The first one was right here at World War II Memorial. Those of us who are a little bit up in age will remember that. That was for white only. A couple of years later, a black recreation center was built, Doris Miller. And I in case you think I'm, just making this up, I invite you to look at Aaron Pritchard's film. He did a documentary on those 2 centers here. It's in the city archives. You can pull it up and see what it took to get those 2. Again, I mentioned Huntington High School. Huntington High School was the center of culture and everything that went on in this community in those days. It was the football games. It was where we had meetings. It was everything to us. And it is my hope that the future Huntington will be the same. I mentioned the tennis courts that I could walk to. I spent a tremendous amount of time on those courts under the direction of some of the local people here who taught me tennis and made me fall in love with the game. And it was through that I was able to get a scholarship to continue my education at Hampton University, Hampton Institute, when I went to it. I want to mention a little bit about what this future site is going to be, and again, why it was for me, so appropriate to have this street named. We're going to have a state-of-the-art library in this facility. We're going to have community meeting spaces. We're going to have a teaching kitchen, a gymnasium, an indoor pool, an amphitheater, community gardens, outdoor basketball and tennis courts, and outdoor pickleball courts. So what this sign, I hope one day will show to the children who are going to be attending this school is that, who is that name McKinley Price? Who is this guy? I hope they say, well, this was a guy that was from this community. He didn't have a lot of cum laudes behind his name. He was an average student. And some of my teachers who are here, Ms. Hines, can testify to that. But he loved this community. He was honored to be able to be mayor. And I hope it shows that no matter where you're born, what circumstances you are, you find yourself in, that if you believe in God and have fire in your belly, you can do anything. And lastly, I want to say, because I wanted to get through this, if my wife was here, she would be so pleased and honored that you have done this for me. She felt a lot of times I probably didn't get credit for some of the things that I had done. And she would be hugging every one of you today. And I hope you take this hug from me, from her, and from us in appreciation for this honor. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Prior to us walking over to unveil the street sign, City Council would like to present you with a resolution of appreciation. So could I have my brother mayors come up, as well as New Jack City Council? Can we come up, guys? Alan, Cindy. Hey, Jim. Just come here on stage. Yeah, just do it on stage. Because then we're going over to here. So as everyone comes up, and I wish we could have everyone on stage, but just this council wishes to honor and recognize McKinley L. Price upon the conclusion of his 12 years as mayor and member of the Newport News City Council. And whereas McKinley Price, a lifelong resident of Newport News and a graduate of Huntington High School, received his Bachelor of Arts in Biology from Hampton University, was honorably discharged from the United States Army as a first lieutenant, and in '76 earned his DDS degree from Howard University. And whereas Dr. Price received numerous honors and awards from various professional associations, to include the Virginia Peninsula Chapter of the 100 Black Men, Peninsula Chapter of Conference for Community and Justice, Dentist of the Year, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Citizen of the Year. And whereas his commitment to the betterment of Newport News and this entire region is well documented, his community service was highlighted by being appointed chair of the school board for 2 years during his 8 years of service. He's also served as a member of the Conference of Mayors, the Criminal Committee, as well as the International Affairs Committee. And most importantly, sir, president of the African American Mayors Association, representing over 500 African American mayors across the United States. And now, therefore, be it resolved by, I would say, the Council of the City of Newport News, but really by the Council of all Hampton Roads, we recognize McKinley L. Price, DDS, on the conclusion of his 12 years as mayor and member of our city council, that we as a group express our heartfelt appreciation for his many contributions to the city, the peninsula, the Hampton Roads region, and the Commonwealth of Virginia. So I think I messed up. Vice, can you unveil that? Sorry. Make sure it doesn't fall.
Yeah. Put me on the spot.
Sorry. It's Ramona's fault. No, there we go. Can we hold it?